Nachdem sie über die Lage berichtet hatten, bieten Leisha und Caleb dem Prinzen erneut ihre Dienste an. Ach ja, stimmt, wir sind jetzt beim Gel. Viel kochen, damit wir während des Abenteuers ordentlich snacken kann. Bei dir würde ich auch ein Pen and Paper spielen, ne? Beruhigt euch!
I'll wait for you here.
Oh, die ist mir so unsympathisch, ne? Die ist mir so ultra unsympathisch. Hunger habe ich nicht, muss nicht essen. Wer bist du denn? Hallo? Ach, du bist der Ältere. Ja, ist auch okay.
Any news here?
Everyone is stressed out. I've never seen anything like it. They're all talking in hushed voices. They barely dare to look at each other.
People and their moods. I'm not interested in that.
Oh.
I saw them
Nein!
guards below. To question him, I imagine. That could be of interest to you. Say, how are things with the girl?
Excuse me.
It's Zhu Feng, right?
Oh Gott, der Typ.
She's not a girl.
Things going okay?
Ich mach mal kurz, also die Alerts wieder auf Silent Mode, weil ich ja das, also ich muss das Spiel, also ich muss ja das GoXLA so laut machen, weil das Spiel so leise ist. Was geht sie das an? Das ist eigentlich eine gute Frage. Warum fragt Sylvia das? Ich meine, okay, ist eine Barkeeperin irgendwie im übertragenen Sinn. Die fragen immer solche Fragen, ne?
The interest certain people have taken in her has given me cause for concern.
Maybe that's something you should talk about with the person in question.
Stimmt, ich muss in der Mitte.
Do you think you'll embrace her soon?
As soon as possible, once the prince gives me permission.
You met Fang at MIT, didn't you?
Das geht sie nichts an. Da habe ich sie zum ersten Mal angesprochen.
Yes, I went to see her.
How did that go?
I told her I was the CEO of a company that wanted to take sustainability seriously.
Smart.
She didn't reject the idea. She took it as a challenge. I liked that about her. She did everything she could to bring about real change in me. She would be an incredible asset for the kindred.
I've never embraced anyone.
Interessiert mich nicht. Hä? Das kommt schon.
How come?
The story of my life and my unlife. I have no progeny, mortal or otherwise.
By choice?
Yes and no. When things weren't so strict, I could have asked, but I didn't have anyone in mind. Not like you and Fang. Now it's too late, as I've clearly been made to understand.
Manchmal ist es ein Fehler, ein Kind zu haben. Also im Normalfall kann das Kind nicht viel dazu, aber jetzt bei Swansong, wo du einen Erwachsenen wandelst, würde ich ihm zustimmen, weil es hat halt nicht viel mit Kind zu tun. Aber...
Maybe you'll get another chance.
Oh, you mean that after the SI is done with us, our overpopulation problem will be solved?
Ja,
I didn't mean it like that.
doch.
But still. Be that as it may, I hope the prince will allow you to do it.
I don't know.
I hope last night isn't weighing on you too heavily.
I'm all right.
The prince won't base her decision on just that. You've already proven your worth, Mr. Bazori.
We'll see about that. I'd better be going.
See you.
Aber jetzt dadurch, es wurden ja einige umgebracht da an dem Tatort, wo wir mit Leisha waren. Können jetzt nicht noch ein paar nachkommen? Ich finde dich creepy, dass du so hinter mir stehst, ganz ehrlich. Ich finde das ein bisschen unangenehm. Aber irgendwie macht es mich auch ein bisschen an. Ich werde übrigens alt. Ich stehe jetzt in koreanischen Dramen teilweise auf die Väter. Und nicht mehr auf die Jüngelchen. Daran merke ich, dass ich alt werde. Ja. Muss ich eigentlich da lang? Wo muss ich denn hin? Hallo? Nicht zu dir, das ist mir klar. Danke. Oh no, doch, es fängt an. Es fängt langsam an.
What a night.
Wo geht's hier lang? Handy! Pieper meine ich,
A
Pager.
message from Caius. Need you downstairs. Urgent issue. Bad timing. I'm going to have to choose. Help Caius or speak with Beryl.
Ich bin unsicher. Ich mach's einfach spontan. Also ich entscheide mich einfach nicht, sondern da, wo ich lande, lande ich. Ja, was ist das? Was soll das darstellen? Aber es ist ultra hübsch, aber was ist das? Daddy? Wir wissen, was das mit... Ja, aber ich finde halt... Also, klar kommt es dann immer ein bisschen auf... Also, das an und so, aber wenn ich so ein Also so, weiß ich nicht, zum Beispiel so 23-Jährige im koreanischen Drama sehe, bin ich so... Oh, was für ein putziges Tutsi. Da bin ich eher so eine Mutti. Nichts von dir wollen, die müssen an ihren Marktwert denken. Ja, hast recht. Und dann gibt es da wieder 25-Jährige, wo ich mir denke... Miau, miau. Aber dann gibt es halt auch Daddys, wo ich mir auch denke... Miau, miau. So, ich nehme einfach alles. Alter ist nur eine Zahl. Wo bin ich? Karius und Baktus oder Sohn. Aber über 25 Schluss, ja. Gut. Für euch. Oh. Für mich nicht. Also, es gilt ja nur für, also, ne? Wie komme ich denn? Mano. Wer bist du?
There's no point in hanging around here bothering me. It's gonna take me a while.
Very well, Mr. Sheridan. Please excuse me. The pile's not getting any smaller.
Er stinkt.
I can't wait to be done with this.
Was tut ihr hier? Ich habe mich nur verlaufen. Warum? Domäne Boston. Sie vernichtet. Das hatten wir alles, Obwohl, nee, das hatten wir nicht. Die blutsverwandte Nora Vasquez bedrohte die Masquerade. Twitter? Shitstorm? Indem sie mit den Geheimnissen des Hofes spielt. Ergebnis: sie vernichtet, Komplizin identifiziert und verhaftet. Hat jemand versucht, Hogwarts zu streamen? Oh. Wollte er dann auch noch einen Spendenstream machen? Oh. Eine Gruppe Dünnblütiger jagte ungestraft in der Nähe des Friedhofs. Ergebnis: 4 Dünnblütige vernichtet, 1 entkommen.
It's all gotta go.
Nail-Fans versuchte, den Prinzen zu erpressen. Ergebnis: sie getötet, keinen Zeugen. Ein Blutsverwandter gründete eine okkulte Gemeinschaft in Weymouth. Ergebnis: ein Blutsverwandter vernichtet, 8 Sterbliche getötet, Beweise vernichtet. Der überlebende Dünnblütige vom Woodlawn Cemetery glaubte, man hätte ihn vergessen. Ergebnis: sie vernichtet. Die berüchtigten Händler von okkulten Gegenständen sind wieder aufgetaucht.
It's too slow. What a shitstorm.
Mann, ja, ich bin halt langsam. Ergebnis: 2 Blutsverwandte vernichtet, Beweise beschlagnahmt. Jan Siaka hat um die Anwesenheit von Caleb Bezori, damit er ihn nach Salem begleitet. Bat um die Anwesenheit von Caleb Bezori, damit er ihn nach Salem begleitet. Keine Probleme aufgetreten. Einige Dünnblütige dachten, sie könnten aus den Newton entkommen. Ergebnis: 7 Dünnblütige vernichtet, 1 Sterblicher getötet. Eine sehr wertvolle Lieferung ist aus dem Hafen verschwunden. 6 Sterbliche getötet, Lieferung gefunden.
It's a good thing Journey had to sort it.
Und Minecraft klingt auf jeden Fall ähnlich. Ich weiß jetzt, also könnte ich jetzt nicht 100% sagen. Ist aber sehr ähnlich, wenn. Hier gibt es ein paar Tage, da gehört man einfach in Horny Jail. Willst du ins Horny Jail, Mo? Wir können dich gerne da einsperren. Kann mal jemand die Tür aufsperren?
It's all gotta go.
Domäne Boston. Dekret der Umarmung. Ich, Hazel Iverson, Prinz von Boston, ermächtige hiermit den blutsverwandten Henry Donald Ross, umarmt 1684 und ein prominentes Mitglied des Bostoner Hofes, Vincent Winfield, zu zeugen. Der hiermit ermächtigte Sterbliche arbeitete als Investmentbanker und bewies seinen Wert und seine große Diskretion, indem er die Domäne bereicherte. Henry Donald Ross hat noch nie zuvor darum gebeten, jemand zu zeugen. Seine Geduld nötigt Respekt ab. Außerdem war seine Tätigkeit am Bostoner Hof stets über jeden Zweifel erhaben. Aus diesem Grund kann die Umarmung nach Belieben des Erzeugers vor Ende April stattfinden.
What a shitstorm.
Ja, aber wenn ich sage, ich stehe auf die, dann ist das eher so ein Oh, bist du hübsch. Oh mein Gott, siehst du gut aus. Ah, ah. Dann ist es nicht sowas, was ihr da immer habt mit eurem... Boah, ist die geil. Nein, ich bin nicht so wie ihr. Ich bin wohl erzogen. Catherine P. James.
It's all gotta go.
Piraten. Umarmung 1354, Sitzung des Hofs am 14. Februar 2016 zuletzt gesehen. Oh nein. Achso, Blutsverwandter 2016 als vermisst gemeldet. Henry Donald Ross, den hatten wir gerade. Benjamin Peckham, Pavel Emlov, Nazera Young. Gibt's noch mehr? Das waren jetzt nicht so wichtige Infos, die haben mich nicht interessiert.
It's all gotta go.
Ja, jetzt beruhig dich doch. Das war einfach nur random. Ich bin verwirrt. Okay, wir gehen zu Beryl. Waren wir das letzte Mal bei Kayo? Hat doch gegoogelt. Das Schlimme ist, hat er nicht. Bin ich mir ganz sicher.
Our secret agent is back already.
Und Dominik steht auf sowas wie Pi. Ich will nicht wissen, wie viele Nachkommastellen der auswendig weiß.
The soldier is on furlough.
Not for long, I'm afraid. The prince will undoubtedly have some new task for me.
At least she trusts you. She hardly speaks to her primogen. Even Beryl is in the dark.
He's not used to that. It'll be good for him.
Are you still not talking?
You could say that.
Any regrets?
Deswegen habe ich Fang. Erstmal setzen.
I'm planning to make up for it with Fang.
Oh, so that's why you've become attached to that girl.
I'm not attached to her. She's an asset for the Camarilla, and a necessary balance to temper Beryl's wicked games.
Personally, I find that giving a child so much power is dangerous. The problem is that you have to watch them all the time. Otherwise, they end up making a mess of things.
Maro steht auf Pi. Das tut er sowieso.
But trying to influence them is pointless.
You must be subtle about it, that's all. I give Mem just enough freedom so that she doesn't completely hate me. But I know exactly how to make her do whatever I want. Do you really think you'll have time to embrace
Hilda!
Fang?
What do you mean?
Well, with all the elders gone, who knows who'll be next?
That's not something I'm willing to discuss with you.
Suit yourself.
No, excuse me, I have to go.
Of course.
Eminem. Bei Hilda muss ich mal an Hilda und Zelda denken. Von Simsalabim Sabrina. Oh, hier ist, glaube ich, Beryl. Wer bist du?
Mr. Bazori, your child is in his office.
Danke. Bitch.
Caleb?
Arschloch.
By all means, make yourself right at home.
Ja, ohne mich hättest du kein Zuhause, solange du deine Füße unter meinen Tisch stellst, ne?
You? Here? How extraordinarily rare. To what do I owe the
Du
honor?
Lederlappen.
Enough, Beryl. Did you speak with Fang?
I'm not one to keep an eye on the comings and goings of your retainers.
Did you speak to her?
So much fuss about nothing.
You know very well what she is to me, and what she'll be soon.
If the prince authorizes it,
It's only a matter of time.
I sincerely hope so. I ran into her recently, it's true, but we hardly said a word to one another.
Harte Hand.
I will not accept your explanation. I thought I had made myself clear about her.
Unlike you, I don't try to control the lives of those around me. Feng still enjoys a certain degree of freedom, doesn't she, to choose whom she sees? We ran into each other by accident, and we didn't speak for long.
Ja, und jetzt lies mal Rebell von hinten. Ich sag nur Nebel. Ich entscheide, was ich sein kann. That's not very good. Meine Psychologie ist not so good. Ich versuch's mal. Mal gucken, wie mein Luck heute ist. Ha! Bitch!
I know you all too well, Beryl. Strings being pulled from the shadows is your trademark. You sought her out. You're trying to get something from her.
Parts of the old you still linger. I'm impressed with everything you're juggling. I'm almost flattered. It's been such a long time since you've paid any attention to me.
The show is for Fang, not you.
Let's say you're right, and I'm the one who is behind our little meeting. I really don't see the harm in it.
It's not your business to understand.
I'd really like to, though. I just wanted to give her some advice, to help guide her through this brave, dangerous new world. When it comes to that, I don't think you're doing enough. Am I mistaken?
Müsste ich nicht viel stärker als er sein? Kann ich nicht einfach meine Hand nehmen, an seinen Hals packen und ihn gegen die Wand drücken? Ungezogenes Drecksviech.
You're projecting yourself onto her.
Okay,
I beg your pardon?
After all this time, you still haven't gotten over it. You don't know anything about my relationship with Fang. Don't try to judge it, or worse, interfere with it.
It's possible that this sudden appearance brings back some bitter memories. And when you're confined here, it's easy to ruminate. My intentions were sincere, but I realize now how they can be misconstrued.
That is the case.
Your concern for Feng is to your credit. It really is. However, I can't help making comparisons with my own past experiences.
You shouldn't.
It was long ago, I admit. But I'm still your only child.
You're jealous.
Nicht mehr lange.
I'm not jealous. Although I do regret the unfortunate turn our relationship has taken.
Oh, langsam sollte ich aufhören, ne? Oh, ich kann gar nicht weiter. Ich sollte es lassen, aber ich darf zweimal scheitern.
I'm worried about Feng, honestly. You would worry too if you were in my shoes. I just want to make sure she doesn't go through the same thing I did. The crushing weight of disappointment. The distance. The disdain.
Beryl, I'm sorry. I made a mistake with you.
Was?
A mistake? What, pray tell, did you ever do to make things go awry? You dropped me in a hornet's nest and left me to dodge the stings. I've been nothing but alone from the very start. You gave up, Caleb. And did you ever once consider fixing your mistake?
That's why I'm doing things differently with Fang. I don't want to make the same mistake again.
Ah, such eloquence, which never ceases to surprise me. You've always wielded words with such deadly skill. But there is one small detail it seems you have forgotten. You won't be there for her much longer.
What?
Think about it. You're the oldest person in this city now. It gnaws at you like it does all the elders. You can feel it inside you, and it will grow and grow until you finally give in. How long do you think it will be before you leave too?
Also, Entschuldigung, hast du mal dein Faltengesicht angeguckt? Guck mal unseren Knackarsch an, du Arschloch. Ich muss kurz eine Münze essen.
You feel the beckoning too. You're not much younger than I am, but you're far weaker. I'll be able to resist as long as it takes to finish my work here. But will you?
I don't know.
That's the difference between you and I. I don't doubt. I will stay.
I will
If
survive.
I understand you right, and I think I do, we're of the same mind. With a few minor differences.
Is that so?
We both want what's best for Fang. So then why can't I see her?
Muss ich noch, ne? Aber ich kann einmal noch scheitern. Ich bin seine Zeuge und habe die Geduld, ihn darum zu bitten. Das fand ich schön.
You are my progeny, my only child, and I'm here to ask you one very simple thing. Think of it as a favor if you want.
But you don't see that I think I'd be doing you a disfavor. Fang needs to talk, and your only
Oh nein, ich
child is a
muss.
precious resource, don't you think?
Okay, ja, wenn ich muss, dann muss ich noch... Ups. Dann muss ich natürlich noch eine Münze nehmen. Gar kein Problem aber für mich, weil ich bin halt reich. Ich versuch's mal mit Rhetorik. Wieso fokussieren die nicht? Ey, jetzt mal ohne Mist, ja? Beim ersten Mal, als wir... Jedes Mal haben sie fokussiert. Jedes Mal, wenn ich fokussiert habe, haben sie fokussiert. Da war 5% Chance, dass sie fokussieren. Sie haben jedes Mal fokussiert. Warum? Jetzt sind 30% und der fokussiert nie. Ich fühle mich gemobbt. Also ich bin ja froh, dass es jetzt so ist, aber... Also das war ja unfair dann beim ersten Mal.
Shin, I'm having a hard time understanding what's making you behave this way. If I discovered as much, the entire court will know soon. Keep meddling, and you'll lose the trust of the few people who aren't sufficiently suspicious of you yet.
As a principal, I don't give much credence to others' opinions.
But not so little as to put yourself in danger.
The context is unusual, I grant you that. So many things fall prey to misinterpretation. I'll be careful. I just wanted to make sure she knew what she was doing here. I didn't think you'd react like this.
You didn't think I'd find out.
Don't turn this into a witch trial. If I've acted badly, it was with good intentions. But I've heard your message loud and clear. I'll bear it in mind.
Just keep your distance, and everything will be fine.
Yes, you've made yourself very clear.
Danke, Klebi. Fokus lesen hilft. Ich weiß nicht.
One more thing. A
One
little
last
bird
thing.
told me about your operations in South America.
My dear sire, for someone I thought had no interest in business, you're remarkably well informed.
Nothing can stay hidden from the court forever.
Where's the harm in it?
Your actions have consequences for the Camarilla that you haven't considered. You could endanger the Masquerade. Don't you think you should speak to the prince about it?
I don't see how my personal business concerns her. She's already having enough trouble getting us out of this mess she's dragged us into.
You hold her responsible for this?
She's in charge, isn't she? She hosted the party. It's only natural to hold her accountable, isn't it?
If the court were to hear what you just said...
Ha! Do you really think I'm the only one who thinks this?
You'd best be going.
I wasn't planning on staying, be sure of that.
It's been a pleasure. Please excuse me if I don't see you out.
Ich glaube, er hat uns nicht am Vatertag gratuliert.
I hope he understood this time. He won't get another warning.
Hört euch wieder rein! Oh, 1 von 5. Okay. Diese Kinder sind schlimm. Wirklich schlimm. Die mögen sich nicht. Oh, ich weiß nicht.
It's locked from the inside.
Oh, ich kann jetzt immer noch zu Kaius. Das war das letzte Mal das Problem. Oh.
Caius again. They locked it down. Too late to go see him. Hazel is probably ready to see me now.
Hätte ich mich schneller
I won't make her
hätte ich
wait.
beeilen können?
I've seen princes come and go.
Ah, du bist die Hübsche. Oh. Naja.
Caleb, I was wondering when I'd run into you.
Victoria, what a surprise. I didn't know you had decided to walk among us.
I'm always where you'd least expect me.
Also, aber komm, sie hat es gerade schon wie gay und lab ausgesprochen. Also, schwuler Schoß.
It feels like I've been away for ages. Boston has changed so much. The only thing that hasn't changed is your steadfast presence at court.
Is that a problem?
You know it's not. I'm just surprised, that's all. There's a whole world outside this city, you know?
I've had my fill of adventure. I'm not interested in that anymore.
You're so boring. The world has changed so much since you last ventured out, Caleb. Then again, it's almost reassuring to find you unchanged. Iverson is lucky she can count on your loyalty. You're a valuable resource, Caleb, especially in times like these.
I'm only doing my duty.
Ever the cheerful one.
So many elders are gone, and yet, here you are. How is it possible?
Because I want to, that's all. I enjoy my existence. Why give it up?
But you must also feel that force. The insistent calling, night after night.
Yes, but unlike so many others, I have a reason to resist. Don't you?
I still have some ties that keep me here. I won't leave without having one more child.
You're sure taking your time.
I'm waiting for the prince's blessing. It shouldn't be long now. Fang will be embraced soon.
Fang! Oh yes, I see. She seems charming, spirited even. You have a knack for finding true gems. I remember your sire, Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct.
I didn't see him at court. I remember he was very popular back in the day.
He left with all the others.
Oh.
Sie schreit so, ne? Oh, ich will nicht. Ich hab nix mehr. Ich versuch's einfach mal.
I know the two of you were very close. His absence must have left quite the void.
I have no energy to waste on regrets. Jean-Baptiste had no choice. No more than I do. That's all there is to say on the matter.
Of course. I'd expect nothing less from you.
You seem to have met Fang.
We had the chance to talk last night. She was pacing the floor while you were gone.
I told her to keep quiet.
And she did. She's a smart, young woman of great consequence. You shouldn't treat her like a child.
She's still young and naive. This is the first time she's come with me to court.
Really? Well, she's doing very well for a beginner. You should be proud of your apprentice, Caleb. She knows how to behave. I've known children who were less well-mannered.
Your own.
I embraced some pretty strong personalities. I know how hard it is to let go.
Wen denn?
I'm not overprotective of her, if that's what you mean.
That's not the impression you give off. I hope you're able to find a balance, or you'll both suffer.
Hä? Was soll denn das jetzt heißen?
I hadn't heard you were coming to Boston.
Indeed. I wouldn't be stuck in this tower if I hadn't gotten wind of your arrangement with Hartford.
Well, isn't that a shame?
It's not been a complete waste. I met your prince, and I got to see a few old friends. I just hope it's not at the cost of my unlife.
You don't seem to be hurt. I take it you weren't at the party last night.
Heavens no. I was in your prince's personal suite. We hadn't even left yet when the code red was initiated.
Good timing.
Good timing indeed. When I think that the Second Inquisition's butchers were lying in wait, I'd shiver. If I could.
My obligations to Hazel kept me away from the court last night. Did I miss anything important?
No, nothing much. I ran into Burrell. He was with your charming little protege.
Wo ist ihr
I
hin?
don't like the sound of that. Did you hear their conversation?
That would have been very impolite of me.
Hätte ich eh nicht schaffen können, weil ich hätte höchstens auf 3 machen können. Gut. Unleben finde ich gut. Ja, Unleben ist ein schöner Begriff. Unleben. Und Dankeschön, Viabay, für die 5 Subgifts. Vielen Dank. Dankeschön. Dankeschön. Vielen Dank für Subgift. An Tanako, an der Yorkster, an Viper und an Sinan. Vielen Dank. Dankeschön. Dankeschön, Viabay. Dankeschön. Arigato. So, dann gehen wir.
Good evening.
Goodbye, Caleb.
Tschüss. Also so eine Münze wäre jetzt gut. Hat mal jemand eine Münze? So eine Mark? Blöd. Der Tisch könnte vielleicht so eine alte chinesische Münze sein. Obwohl asiatisch generell. Die haben die nämlich alle auf so einem Band festgedingst. War voll cool. Die haben dann so Armbänder draus gemacht und so, damit sie es nicht verlieren. Oder dass ihnen geklaut wird. Ich brauche Looty. Booty. Schmuti. Weil unsere Willenskraft, Willensstärke. Danke. Hallo?
Sorry, Mr. Bazori. Miss Jory's quarters are off limits.
What's going on here?
Ich esse dich, wenn du mir nicht den
Mr.
Weg
Lito's
freimachst.
orders. We've got to clean up.
Asshole.
Was?
Sorry, I don't really have time for this.
Kerltum Hammam. Ham. Oh. Ist sie die Tochter von Victoria? Sie hat gesagt, sehr starke Persönlichkeiten.
What a nightmare. It's chaos here.
Dejan. Hallo, Dejan. Hast du eine Münze für mich? Hast du einen Euro? Hast du eine Mark? Nein?
It's no time to make it pretty.
Was? Wer will hübsch sein? Ah, hier ist keine Mark.
Now she's sending you.
Run into some trouble with the prince?
That's a question to ask Hazel. She's the one who doesn't know what she wants.
Irgendwas liegt ihm auf dem Rebell. Schlaf gut, Clemmy, träum was Schönes.
You seem unusually tense. Are you sure she's the problem?
Obviously, the whole situation is a nightmare. But Hazel's not helping. She's obviously overwhelmed, and I'm not the only one who thinks so. I don't know how you still put up with her.
You owe your place in the Primogen to her.
What, you think I don't know that? I've always done my best to keep her from screwing things up. But when she reached out to Hartford...
Is there a problem with Hartford?
I told Hazel we can't trust them.
Do you have any evidence to support what you're suggesting?
She doesn't know Deneb the way I do. She wouldn't listen to my warnings.
Her plan was bold.
Risky is a better adjective. After what happened last night, I'm not sure you realize just how deep the shit we are in goes.
And I suppose you have the solution?
Maybe. Not that I'm happy about it. There's interesting stuff going on in other places. Boston's not the center of the universe.
We don't know who can be trusted. This is no time to leave. If the prince has kept you in the dark, she must have had a good reason for it. Just look at what happened.
Open your eyes, Caleb! The Boston Camarilla is crumbling before our eyes! What are the odds we survive?
If you leave now, you're no better than our enemies.
You're one to talk. You know what it's like to feel called to be elsewhere.
That has nothing to do with this. Salem isn't elsewhere. You won't be any safer there.
It's just a starting point. We thaumaturgs will find a way to deal with it.
I see that you've planned for everything.
I've already lost too much time. You shouldn't waste your time either.
If you leave, Hazel will catch up with you.
What do you mean?
You know, she doesn't like people who have been disloyal, especially now.
Hazel doesn't need new enemies. She should be wary.
Be careful.
Goodbye, Caleb.
Du stehst im Stuhl. Das stinkt. Ich habe immer noch so eine also ich habe Probleme, mir vorzustellen, wie dieses, du wirst dahin gerufen, um deine Existenz aufzugeben. Das ist noch schwierig. Dieser Lockruf oder wie das genannt wird. Habe ich noch gerade ein paar Probleme, mir das vorzustellen. Wie kam ich nochmal zum Prinzen? Achso, im Fahrstuhl kann ich, glaube ich. Ja, im Fahrstuhl kann ich auswählen, dass ich zum Prinzen will. Das Problem ist, ich habe keine Mark mehr. Und ich mag Mark. Weil der Prinz, ich kann den Prinzen nicht mehr überzeugen, wenn ich keine Mark habe. Aber da muss ich wohl mit klarkommen. Es bleibt mir halt echt nichts anderes mehr übrig. Wir müssen einfach Ja und Amen zu allem sagen, was der Prinz macht. Da kein Geländer gibt, ist es gegen die Bauvorstellung. Wir sind Vampire, wir sterben von sowas nicht. Vorstellen ist immer noch besser als nachstellen. Keine weiteren Fragen, euer Ehren. Die haben hier so komische Bauten. Ich bin verwirrt. Warte, wenn man von oben reinguckt, ist es dann das Endloch? Es sieht doch ein bisschen aus wie so ein Darm, oder? Aber es sieht gut aus. Gut, wenn man auf Därme steht.
The prince is ready to see you now.
Great.
Ah, Delsin. Geh weg. Ah, Delsin.
Caleb,
My
Delsin.
prince.
we were expecting you.
How may I be of service to you this time?
One thing at a time. The situation has changed. The money is gone. The accounts have been emptied.
What? That's impossible.
Only Jason Moore could have transferred the money. The situation is dire.
Moore would never have done it on his own. He would never have dared.
I agree. It's much too bold a move for him. And that's what concerns me the most. Someone used him to attack us. Someone who was extremely well prepared.
Ich würde sagen, Barrel. Gerne ein bisschen an Lust. Ein bisschen, ja. Ein bisschen. Also wie ein... Ist das arabisches Aussehen? So ein bisschen arabisch angehauchter Lucifer, würde ich sagen. Also... Irgendwas südlicheres. Auf jeden Fall als Amerika. Und ich meine nicht Südamerika. Boah, ich mag Beryl nicht. Aber nein, Beryl würde das nicht machen. Das Gildenhaus auch nicht. Die Anarchen, I don't know. Ich sag jemandem im Inneren der Kamarilla.
It might be one of our own.
Ja.
That's what I think. It's the most plausible explanation.
If there's a traitor among us, I'll have their head.
One thing at a time. I'll take care of the traitor.
Wusstet ihr, wenn man einem Menschen den Kopf abhackt, dass er dann noch 10 bis 15 Sekunden, 15 bis 20 Sekunden bei Bewusstsein ist?
Personally. Failure is a luxury we will soon be unable to afford. If you have nothing more to say, we can move on to the reason I sent for you.
Oh nein, ich habe gar nicht Hallo YouTube gesagt. Oh, ich bin so unhöflich. Erzähl uns mehr. Ja, wisst ihr, ich habe so ein bisschen Wissen. Richard Dunham, den mag ich nicht. Let's go.
What did you think about Richard Dunham's file?
Money that should be going to me seems to go missing whenever he touches it. Richard is far too important to me. I can't afford to upset him now. But if his research doesn't pay off soon, I won't hesitate to show him my disappointment.
Did you read Jara Drory's file?
I wish I'd never seen it.
There's too much I despise in it.
She never mentioned she was monitoring the Primogen's finances. Or this Catapotis. What on earth is it?
Yeah.
I've got no idea.
It doesn't add up. It seemed important to her.
But she's not here to shed any light on it.
Schneidbare Eros, das stimmt. Macht bei manchen Menschen auch keinen Unterschied. Das stimmt auch.
I'm listening.
I've asked for your presence here because I have a new mission for you. Delson was able to track down the men who attacked us.
It wasn't easy, but it was impossible for them to disappear without leaving a trace after what they did yesterday.
Where are they hiding?
Long Island.
Delson, kannst du mitkommen?
Yes, of course. An abandoned facility just off the coast. An old fort. It's the ideal place for a secret base.
And certainly much more. Who knows what they're up to out there?
How is it we didn't notice a thing?
They have abundant resources, and we're short on eyes.
It doesn't matter. We'll find the people responsible for the situation later. Our most pressing issue is preventing them from striking us again.
How?
You're going to go there and kill their leader.
Wenn sie short on eyes sind. Ich hatte da vorhin 2 schöne gesammelt. Vielleicht können wir die denen ja geben. Wieso ich?
Sending me there. That seems to be a rather bold choice.
I don't see anyone better for the job.
Infiltration isn't really my specialty.
You'll be dealing with Kine. You'll be a fox in a henhouse. I'm not worried about you. And Delson knows how to get you in.
Oh, that changes everything.
They evacuated the bodies from the site of the party, which is how we were able to pick up their trail.
There's a small, nondescript warehouse at Jeffrey's Point. As far as we can tell, their transfers from Boston to Long Island are made by boat. To avoid drawing attention to themselves, they've chosen to employ only small craft. There are bodies packed in the warehouse waiting to be shipped over. Do you get the picture?
You want me to disguise myself as a body to be evacuated?
Exactly. All you have to do is stop simulating your vital functions for a few hours.
It's risky.
It's risky, but it's now or never. We might never get another opportunity. We have to try.
The last transfer is probably going to take place tonight. After that, there's no way of knowing when we'll get another chance.
Gute Nacht, Ellie. Quiete Hausschuhe aussehen. Nein, die sind wichtig. Fürs Fühl.
I need to know the details.
Let us worry about getting you into the warehouse. We've made all the preparations. You won't have to worry about a thing until you get to Long Island.
Und das ist jetzt die wichtigste Frage?
We know where they are. Why go through their warehouse?
Charging into Long Island blind would be far too risky.
And with a traitor in our midst, I'd rather keep this to a small circle of trusted people, to avoid any other unpleasant surprises.
Danke, Caruso, für die 100 Bits und willkommen zurück. Hallo, Frost Pirate.
And after that?
Once you're on the island, you'll be in uncharted territory. You'll be on your own.
Who is my target?
Walter Stanford.
He's the head of the Boston Task Force. He's part of what they call the Society of Leopold.
Someone else will take his place.
No need for you to worry about that for the time being. Your mission is to eliminate Stanford, and that's all.
Eine gute Besserung noch, Caruso. Ja, wir gehen einfach von oben nach unten.
What do we know about this Stanford?
Not much. They're very careful. He was sent from the Vatican, and he brought other fanatics with him. If he's here, it means that Rome has faith in him, and that can't be good for us.
He's got to be taken out.
Also Vatikan ist jetzt nicht so cool.
What's the Vatican getting out of all this?
Your guess is as good as mine. But it seems that the kind are trying to get a better understanding of us in order to hunt us more effectively. These priests have been our enemies for ages. They have knowledge.
Putting an end to them is crucial. We must keep our enemies from unifying their strength.
Schlaf gut, Julimon, träum was Schönes. Ja, du darfst nicht so laut reden. Aber sie haben so schöne Stimmen. Gibt es einen Plan B?
I don't wish to be the bearer of ill tidings, but what if I fail? Do you have a backup plan?
Caleb, you won't fail. You're our only hope.
Ach so, na dann.
We place all our trust in you to complete this essential mission.
There's no room for error, Bazori.
Hä, dann mach's doch selber. Also, Delsin, du siehst zwar gut aus, aber du gehst mir ein bisschen auf, also, den Popo.
Aren't you worried someone will tip off the SI? There's still a traitor among us.
The traitors, my department. You need to strike quickly, and don't let anyone know of your plans. We can't take the slightest risk.
All right. I've heard enough.
Very well. Then you should get going. We've already lost enough time.
Very well. My prince.
Und Delsin. Gute Nacht, Klebi, träum was Schönes. Schlaf gut und erhol dich gut. Diese Arbeit immer. Ja, ich finde auch, Arbeit sollte abgeschafft werden. Das würde alles einfacher machen. Bin ich ganz deiner Meinung. Ich wünsche dir, ich wünsche euch beiden einen angenehmeren Arbeitstag. Angenehmer geht immer. Du hast dich entschlossen, dein Kind Beryl Underwood auf sein unangemessenes Interesse an Su Fang anzusprechen. Das klingt ein bisschen, als ob mein Kind auf mein, zukünftiges Kind steht. So unangemessenes Interesse. Ich hoffe, das ist nicht der Fall. Du konntest dein Kind dazu bringen, sich die Sache mit Su Fang noch einmal zu überlegen. Resonanzbonus Seelenstärke. Du hättest Caius Lito helfen können, hinter die Geheimnisse eines Mitglieds der Erstgeborenen von Boston zu kommen. Du hättest Jason Moores Leibwächter im Verhörzimmer des Hofes befragen können. Was für ein Verhörzimmer? Das ist bestimmt bei Caius gewesen, richtig? Naja. Hab nichts fehlgeschlagen.